AITAH for telling my boyfriend to get out after he slapped me. I, 25F, have been with my boyfriend Tom, 27M, for about a year and a half. We've had our ups and downs, but nothing too serious until recently. A few days ago, we got into a heated argument over something relatively small. He was upset that I had made plans with some friends without checking with him first. Things escalated, and in the middle of the argument, he suddenly slapped me across the face. I was in complete shock. It wasn't a playful or accidental slap. It was hard and it hurt. I couldn't believe it. In that moment, all I could think was that this crossed a line that I never expected. I immediately told him to get out of my apartment. He seemed equally shocked by what he did and started apologizing right away, saying it was a heat-of-the-moment thing and that he didn't mean to hurt me. But I wasn't interested in hearing his excuses. I told him I needed him to leave so I could process what had just happened. He tried to stay and talk it out, but I stood firm and told him to go. Eventually he left, but he's been texting me constantly, saying he's sorry, that he loves me, and that he didn't mean for it to happen. He's begging for another chance and promising it'll never happen again. Since then, I've been struggling with whether I overreacted by kicking him out immediately. Some of my friends say I did the right thing, that I should never tolerate physical violence in any form. But others have suggested that I might have acted too quickly and should have at least let him explain or worked it out instead of throwing him out right away, especially since this is the first time something like this has ever happened. I know what he did was wrong, but part of me wonders if I should have handled it differently, especially since we've never had an issue like this before. AITAH for wanting to take a break from my wife after she emasculated me in front of our friend group. My wife and I have been married for 10 years, and we have 3 children aged 7, 5, and 3. Last night, we invited a few of our college friends and their families over for dinner. We all had a blast, there were drinks, and we were all pretty drunk. My wife then made a comment which pretty much emasculated me. I don't remember what the context was, but my wife was joking about how even though I was far from big, I get the job done, and our 3 kids were evidence of that. A couple of people laughed, but most people got quiet and it was sort of awkward, and my wife guiltily looked at me. She had just exposed an extremely private detail of my body to our entire friend group. When all the guests left, I did not want to speak to my wife, even though she wanted to, and I slept on the couch. This morning, my wife apologized for what she said last night and even cried, but I told her I just want to focus on our kids and I don't want to speak to her. She horribly violated my privacy, and I just don't feel comfortable or safe with her. AITAH if I want to take a break from my wife. I don't know about a divorce, but I really can't look at my wife the same anymore. My kids are obviously my priority, but I just don't feel like speaking with my wife or even looking at her. I feel nothing when I see her or when she apologizes and cries, and she has cried a lot today. AITAH for telling my mom my stepsister is not my real family, and I don't want to do a photo shoot with her. Last month, my sister, 21F, and I, 22M, did the awkward sibling photo shoot in JCPenney as it was going viral on TikTok, and we thought it was hilarious. We showed the portraits to our mom, who thought it was hilarious too. Now the issue is my stepsister, 21F, wants to do this photo shoot too, and only with me and not my sister. I've known her for a few years since my mom remarried. While I am sort of amicable with her, I don't really like that she's standoffish with my sister. My stepsister does have occasional bouts of depression, and she's on meds for it. When my stepsister saw the portraits, she asked why I couldn't do those photos with her. The issue is I'm not really comfortable doing these poses with her. My sister and I are pretty close, and there's no awkwardness there. But I wouldn't really be comfortable carrying my stepsister or putting my face really close to her. But I was even willing to do this photo shoot provided my sister was in the photo shoot too. That way it could have a wholesome siblings photo shoot. However, my stepsister doesn't like my sister, and she only wants to do the photo shoot with me. My mom is forcing me to do the photo shoot with my stepsister because she wants me to think about family and my stepsister's mental health. She said that my stepsister has cried daily because I'm not doing this photo shoot with her. I then snapped and told my mom my stepsister is not my real family, and I'm not comfortable with it. My mom got really angry when I said that. AITAH. AITAH for telling my class I had candy after I finished presenting. So, I, 16F, had a presentation for history, and I really wanted extra credit. The teacher told us that if we brought candy to give out for answering questions correctly, we could get extra credit. I planned for 25 questions so that 25 people could have a chance to get candy. The night before, I stayed up until 11 p.m., putting sour candies in little bags and taping them with a cute "Good Job" label featuring Hello Kitty. I thought it looked adorable and that everyone would love it. The next day, I brought the candies in a non-transparent bag to keep it a surprise. As I started presenting, I noticed almost everyone was on their phones. Only 3 people were paying attention. I asked questions, but nobody raised their hand or even looked up from their phone. I didn't want to yell at them to put their phones away because it felt rude, and the teacher doesn't really like me, so I knew she wouldn't step in. At the very end of my presentation, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm done presenting. By the way, I had candy for people who answered questions." Suddenly, everyone looked up and said, "Oh, you had candy?" They started asking me for some, but I told them, "You chose your phones over the candy." Then I gave candy to the 3 people who weren't on their phones. Now it's been 2 days and everyone is still mad at me and keeps asking for candy. Was that super petty of me? What do you think? AITAH for refusing to leave the apartment for the evening when my plans got canceled? This weekend I was supposed to be going out for drinks with a friend. The plan was to meet up in the afternoon and be out all evening, and I likely wouldn't get home until around 2 a.m. My girlfriend had planned to have a relaxing evening in. She had a book she wanted to start reading, a show on Netflix she wanted to finish, and a game on the Nintendo Switch she wanted to play. My friend canceled plans as something came up. I told my girlfriend this and she asked what I was planning instead. I told her nothing and that I'd just be at home. I'd likely order some food and just relax. She reminded me that she was planning to have a relaxing evening. I told her that I wasn't stopping her and that she could still do everything she wanted. I would just be in the apartment. I said she can still watch Netflix, play the Switch, etc., and that I'd likely read and watch Netflix on my laptop and then play video games when she isn't using the TV. I said I won't be disturbing her evening. She just said she thinks I should make another plan, as it won't be as relaxing for her if I'm also there as she was, looking forward to a night to herself. I pointed out it's not my fault my friend canceled, and I shouldn't have to stay out of my home just because she wants me to. I said I'm not stopping her doing what she had planned. She just said I'm not considering her and that I should be fine with making another plan at the weekend, but I refused. ITA for spending the night at home after my plans get canceled. AITAH. My family has changed Christmas plans 3 times, and I was told to deal with because I don't have children. My family has changed plans for Christmas 3 times. We have always had it on Christmas Day for years. My husband and I are the only ones out of my siblings that have to travel a distance from another state. We are not having it on Christmas Day this year because my younger sister is visiting her in-laws. My mom told me to pick the day we would have our get-together with everybody. I chose a day, and today I get a message that we need to change it because it doesn't fit everybody's schedule. I changed travel plans twice now. I called my mom and asked her to please not change the day again. My mom started yelling at me, saying it should not matter because I don't have children and my schedule should be flexible. I got upset and told her she was not hearing what I asking and blowing it out of proportion. I don't have children because of medical issues and my mom knows this, but I feel like I am being belittled because of it. So am blowing it out of proportion, and should I just roll with the flow?